And welcome, race fans. Here we're now just getting live here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League at North Wilkesboro. 200 laps here. I'm along here live with my co-host Derek Sherman, and as you can see up on the screen currently, we do have the point standings here, and just kind of showing you where the playoffs stand at right now, with Brian Underwood on top, William Connolly in second, Nathan Williams sitting in that tied with William Connolly for second. Then you have Dylan Carrier, Joshua Kreider, Jordan Hand, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Noah Blackwell, and then we're gonna be watching closely with those last few drivers, along with Jordan Kreider and Melvin Behringer, because we do lose two drivers from the standings here for the playoffs battle here tonight. And you know, we got 200 laps here at North Wilkesboro. Derek, you know, what do you think of the odds and how these drivers are going to do here tonight?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Jimmy. I don't think pit strategy is going to really matter. I think it's going to be, you know, some long green flags, but there's, you know, I was looking at it. We have 4 sets of tires in the pits. You know, 200 laps for 5 sets of tires because of the one on the truck when you start with. That's not a whole lot. I mean, that sounds like a lot, but it's really not, because especially if you get on a long green flag. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer. You want to keep that last set of tires in the pit as long as you can. It's just in case you get a long green flag run and you get a caution at the end, so you have some fresh rubber. But you know, this is an old track surface. It's going to wear tires. It's going to wear the right front very much. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. But I feel like there's going to be some cautions, just because it's short track, baby. I mean, there's going to be some bumping. It's hard to pass. You got a couple of grooves that you could run the high line and you can run the low line, but it's going to be a lot of that exit of that corner is going to be real small once you come out of the corner, and 2 trucks can't fit there. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see here as these drivers are getting ready. They're taking their qualifying laps right now, and you're seeing Kenneth Cheney up top right now with an 18.913 over Landon Burbridge. Nathan Williams in that 3rd place right now, getting bumped down by Matthew Wood, getting a good time in there, coming in with that P number 2. But Brian Underwood trying to shoot for this championship, going down here with the fastest lap so far. Only 11 drivers on the field right now, but Brian Underwood scoring a 18.9 to take the provisional pole here as we continue with the qualifying. A few more minutes here remaining, and like I said here, as we were getting live and kind of shotgunned everybody here, is went straight into the live coverage. You know, I was out last week and got to miss the action, but definitely looking forward to being here and calling this race, see how things go. And we do have words from our Grand Marshal that we'll definitely play as that's probably one of my favorite parts about the broadcast, is how personalized the league is, as the Grand Marshal actually sends that video every single week to give the driver, wish the drivers the best of luck, and to have a good time out here. And it's just something that's I think special to the Premium Stock Car Racing League, as it's the only league that I've had that done so far. So, but it's a good thing to follow. Right now, 14 drivers in. Brian Underwood's still on top. About 2 minutes left remaining. You know, Derek, I'm not, like I said at the beginning, I'm not a short track fanatic. I've been on them, and I'm there when it comes to them. I have a very hard time saving tires, and you talked about saving the tires. What's your experience here at North Wilkesboro, and how would you attack the race here tonight?
I definitely believe you need to be patient. It's a very long race. There's no reason to, if you're starting in the back and you know you're fast, you get spun or whatever, you can go to the back. You need to be patient. You need to, take care of your tires, because, depending on how all the cautions fall, you get 4 sets of tires. You don't want to abuse your tires that you have, so you have to waste them when there's a short green flag, caution, or that you can save your tires, and just be patient. It's more of a rhythm track. You got to get into a rhythm, and I think it's one of those deals it's fun. It's kind of like a Darlington mixed in with a Martinsville type because of the how short it is, but it's going to be interesting to see how everyone else feels about it. We know Brian Underwood loves short tracks. He had this one circled on his calendar. I know Matthew Wood is up in the air, 50-50 on it, but he was our last week's winner. But it's going to be interesting to see how everyone attacks this race.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to have their own strategy when it comes down to completing tonight's race. But right now, we have 15 drivers in. Still a few drivers maybe not going to take the pole, or maybe they had some issues getting around the track there. As you can see, Steven Shu trying to get last second time in, as there's only 9 seconds remaining. So we'll see if Steven Shu can get a time in here, as 15 of the 17 drivers have times in, and Steven Shu putting in a pretty decent time, 19.51. Maybe not what he was looking for, as some of the other drivers were kind of up there in the 18-second range. But it's not about, if you can get obviously getting track position early is a big benefit here. Now, Derek, in your experience here at North Wilkesboro, is this more of a bottom track, a bottom feeder track, or is this a high line? Is this a multiple line track? Can the drivers utilize the whole track, or you think this is going to be kind of limited to where they can put these vehicles here tonight?
Well, I believe you can run the high line and the bottom line. It's obviously probably a little bit more slick on the top line. It's definitely hard to pass. You're going to have the run, maybe dive bomb. Into that fashion. You're obviously going to not the guy on the bottom is not going to have the run off. But he's going to have the advantage going into the corner, and it's easy to overshoot these corners and overdrive these corners. So especially on the top. So if you overdrive the truck, I think as the tires wear, you will find guys moving up the track just to carry that speed. But I like the bottom. I always like the bottom on short tracks. It's the shortest way around. And if you manage your tires correctly, you can do it and be fast the entire run. Like I said, it's kind of like road race. Short track racing is kind of like road racing. You got to be precise, be consistent on your brakes. In some tracks, road tracks, you're going to be very consistent on rhythm. Finding your rhythm on the track and hitting your marks consistently, and that's what's going to help save tires or not burn them up.
All right, well, it's a lot of good points there. But before these cars are starting to roll out here, let's get our words from our Grand Marshal here as these guys start their laps around the track.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Crowder, your Grand Marshal for tonight's race. Here in North Carolina, where the trees are all starting to turn and the leaves are falling. And that ain't all it's going to fall tonight, because we're going to lose 2 drivers that's going to fall out of the championship race for this week, and the rest of them will go on. So, gentlemen, start those engines and let's go racing. Good luck tonight.
All right, so the Grand Marshal enjoying the fall weather there in North Carolina. Getting ready to go green here very shortly as Brian Underwood is on the pole. Then Jordan Hand, Kenneth Cheney, Matthew Wood, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Josh Kreider, Landon Burbage, Noah Blackwell, Nathan Williams, William Connolly, Jordan Kreider, one of the guys on the bubble, Dylan Carrier, and Danny White, Stephen Shu, Timothy Poe, Jeffrey Ledford. Some people are already getting anxious here to get this thing underway. We're going to go back up here with Brian Underwood as the lights are off on the pace car as we get ready to go green here. They're on the backstretch right now, following the truck around, and the tension is high here. 200 laps though, ladies and gentlemen. I hope they got their a good drink, whatever you need be. Keep the patience down, but we're going green. Brian Underwood on the loud pedal as we go down the front stretch. He's got a nice breakaway there. It's going to allow Jordan Hand to get by on that outside fairly easily, as those first 2 drivers are 1-2, and then the rest of the field is 2x2. This is going to allow the field to kind of start spreading out, and you can see back there, you see Josh Kreider looking to the outside, wants to get up forward early, try to get them positions, as the short tracks tend to be kind of position dependent, as passing is at a premium at certain times of the track. So Josh Kreider on that outside with that peak number 5. looking to get around the 13 of Nathan Williams.
Yeah, you know, and it's restarts is probably your easiest time. Just get you to your positions, and once you get into a single file and spread out, you're able to just attack and ride along, run your pace as long as you have your plan for race for. But yeah, as you can see, Landon Burbage there, and we moved to Farrell Robbins in the Ford truck and that yard dumpster truck. From Lightyear Motorsports or Lightyear Racing. So, I mean, he's in 12th. He's just right on the outside of the 25 of William Conley, and as he gets past. And I think he's just trying to take it easy. He's not trying to drive over too hard, just kind of riding along, seeing what everyone else is doing, trying to avoid. As you see Jeffrey Goodpaster, his teammate in the number 1 truck, doing the same thing. He's on the outside. Me personally, I don't like that. And he's battling with the looks like the 13 of Nathan Williams for 6th spot. So, you know, I don't personally like that. I mean, I would like to go on the outside just to make a pass, but you know, if there's an opportunity. So as you can see, he takes that position from Nathan Williams, and got a nice little battle up here for 3rd with Kenneth Cheney and Josh Kreider. So the first 2 drivers, Brian Underwood, Jordan Hand, kind of checking out just a little bit from the rest of the field as they were able to have that nice start there. But Josh Kreider looking to give a little bit of pressure there to that 76 Kenneth Cheney, looking down at the inside, putting that nose in there. Ooh, a little bit of shove there. And you're going to see that there as the braking points are a little bit different, you know. But, you know, it's kind of what happens here at the short tracks. You kind of get the little bit of nudge, and you kind of maybe disturb the driver. But the 76 of Kenneth Cheney was able to hold on and keep that position from Josh Kreider here on lap 9 of 200. And then back there in a little bit in the field, you can see Jeffrey Goodpaster follow on those 2 drivers closely. Then you have Nathan Williams, but behind Nathan Williams, a little bit of a rat pack back there with the 69 of Jordan Kreider. He needs to get a great finish here tonight to stay in that top 10 and not be pushed off of that playoff chase here. So watch that 69 of Jordan Kreider to hopefully have a good here tonight. I'm not sure if Jordan loves the short tracks or not, but this is going to be a monster of a race for him in order to maintain that playoff hope as he's got a bee's nest around him currently. Little some 2x2 action there behind the 25 with the 2 and the 4. You know, and as we watched, as you watch them battle right here with the William Conley behind William Conley, the different lines. I mean, you can go down lower than the guy in front of you, and you're going to burn your right front up a little bit, or you know, and the other guy is going to be able. You can push them out of the way and have that. Ooh, as you see them hit the grass. Oh, Landon Burbage there. Ooh. Oh, there we go. We got something going on. And poor wrecking. Oh, Jimmy, that was a calamity corner there.
Yeah, calamity corner there. Kenneth Cheney getting involved as he was there on the wall. We'll just go back to a CRN replay here from the chopper. You see the 76 and 5 battling it out, banging and getting into the 16. They both go sideways right in front of the 88. The 25 makes it by the 2. The 4 breaks it down into the grass. The 24 locks it up, gets down to the fence. So not too much damage, and it's a good thing to see. But I mean, as far as the trucks with their damage, and they're going to be able to continue the rest of the race. But the first caution here flies here early on lap 15 of 200 as these guys continue to battle for this championship playoff positions.
You know, you can see frustration starting to go down there. I mean, because it's, you know, you get caught up in a wreck. I know it's frustrating. So you got that, and then now you're in the back of the field. There's that, and then you got a damaged truck. There's that. So, and that's the trifecta. So, you know, they're going to have some kind of purpose coming back through the field because they are playoff drivers. At least Josh is. I don't know about Kenneth. right offhand, but
I can double check that. Go back here, just kind of go through their standoffs. I don't want to cover everybody's screen with the playoff picture right at the moment with the standings. I'll just go ahead and go into the previous Stock Car Racing League uses a Sim Race Hub to manage their points. So it looks like you said, who was that?
Kenneth
Was
Cheney,
fighting for that?
Kenneth-
Kenneth Cheney.
oh no, he's outside.
No, he is. Yeah, he's outside. He's below the window. So he's one of the first he's the first driver that did not make the playoffs. He had a couple bad races, so had to miss a few mid-season, which put him below that top 10 driver mark. But like I said, that's just kind of reminder of who's in that playoff hunt right now: Brian Underwood, William Conley, Nathan Williams, Dylan Carrier, Joshua Kreider, Jordan Hand, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Noah Blackwell, Jordan Kreider, and Melvin Behringer. But Jordan Kreider, Melvin Behringer need a good finish here tonight, as they are on. Well, Jordan Kreider and Melvin Behringer sitting in that 9th and 10th spot, so they need to finish higher than some of their competitors in order, and hopefully they will get bumped down and they will make the next wave of playoffs for the state, basically the second stage. So we will get our stage break here at lap 40, but the pace truck is in already, and the 77 of Brian Underwood is off to the races again with another great start, and the 20 getting a pretty decent start as well. So the 77 is going to go ahead and get a nice lead, but then you have the 1 of Jeffrey Goodpasser, the 69 of Jordan Kreider on that outside, and I'm not quite sure to see how things go. It looks like they're able to battle side by side here fairly well, but sometimes on a restart, when you get to a certain position, whether it's the inside or outside, it just kind of like you're stuck there and you lose position after position. But the 69 is going to go ahead and take that third position, and it looks like almost the inside lane being the lane. Oh, they're 3 wide back there with William Conley in the middle between the 16 and who was that there? That was the 01, making things a little bit spicy.
Yeah, that's
The 4 bumps the 01, and the 4 is going to get sideways there with the 6.
oh, he
Farrell
saved it.
Robbins, he does save it, but gets down. Everybody's checking up, being able to get around, and the 4 is going to lose a lot of positions, but that was a great save by Farrell Robbins, being able to click the 4, and not what he wanted, and getting moved to the back of the pack, but way super early here in this race, as we're only on lap 22 of 200, so lots of racing left, and they had a little bit of speed on that 4 car. But he had to fall back, so just back here up front again. Looks like the 13 is chasing down the 69. It looks like the 5 of Josh Kreider was able to move back up through the field. So after getting that first incident, still able to maintain good pace and finds him currently in P number 6.
As you see, the 13 of Nathan Williams is taking down the trying to battle with Jordan Kreider there for that 3rd spot, or 4th spot, sorry. And it's hard because he looks like he has some good speed going in, but Jordan just has that drive off, Jimmy, and I wonder how this is going to work out for him, as you see William Conley in the number 2 truck of
They're doing the same thing. The 2 is Landon Burbage.
Landon Burbage, all right. Well, all right. I didn't see him. The blue kind of mixed in with the black on the. So, anyways, I mean, you can see Jordan Kreider's, retains that, but Nathan Williams has a pretty decent middle turn. So I just wondering how much Nathan's going to burning up his stuff by turning down like that. It's kind of hard. And you can see Jordan just has that run off. I mean, he looks like he's just on a Sunday cruise, and it's probably he's going to be the Ryan Newman of the race. Hard to pass him. And he's going to wait for him to make a mistake. But as you see, the 88 looks like he's getting sideways in the corner.
Yeah, the 88 of Noah Blackwell, another one of them trucks, in that playoff hunt right now, and trying to get around the 5 of Joshua Kreider. But like you said, the 69 is able to use that high line. He's getting the run off the quarters. He's a little bit slower going in the corners, but it basically, with him being on that high side, the 13 can't get the run down into the corner and push out because the 69 is there. So he's getting held up just so much. But it looks like the 5 looking to make things interesting. Probably thinking better of it because that is his brother and teammate, the 69. So a little early in the race for her to make a 3-wide move here at North Wilkesboro, but it looks like Kenneth Cheney has crashed. So we go back there in the back. We'll see what happened as a caution lap is out again here on lap 30. Again involving that 4 getting loose just again along with Farrell Robbins. So we'll go back here, see what happened. It looks like we'll see what happened. It looks like the 01 and the 76 getting together again. The 6 kind of going down, tries to check up, to not getting the 76. So it looks like the 01 again, kind of getting into things here, here on lap 30 this was. So you can see the 01 and the 76 kind of bumping, looking for that real estate and nowhere to be had. The 6 check it up, and the 79 going around, 85 missing. The 4 kind of just checking up, not to get into 76. So another close one in there for a few of those drivers.
I mean, that accident looked fairly similar to the first one, Jimmy, to where they were racing really hard. So I'm wondering how that's what everyone's thinking about that. But also, here's the other thing: North Wilkesboro is not very big, and if you have any kind of long damage, you can't get it fixed without going a lap down. So if you have even 30 seconds of optional or required, you will be going at least 1 lap down because there's no way to get it fixed. So
yeah, it's 41 seconds to get around the track following the pace truck around here. You know, standard lap is right around, like you said, in that 18, 19 second range. But we still, a lot of drivers still staying out there. I'm sure there's a few that have pitted. We'll just go back, see who the latest one was. Looks like Dylan Carrier came in at lap 16, and then obviously some of these latest drivers with that kind of got wrapped up. Kenneth Cheney, Jeffrey Ledford, Bryant Lucas, all being involved, but going a lap down. So it's going to be a strategy for some of those guys back in the back of the pack now. And what they decide to do for the rest of the race, but it just kind of makes things interesting. I mean, that's all part of racing, and sometimes, so it's been an interesting week for me. The last week I was gone. I went on vacation, went to my brother's wedding, had a great time, came back, decided to. Ever since I was sick there for a while, and I got better, I figured I'd do some racing. I got in the league race, had a good race, was pretty fast, and I ended up getting involved with some net code for racing real close with some of the other drivers. But the guy not looking to be real close to other drivers is that 77 of Brian Underwood, getting another great restart here on lap 35 over Jordan Hand. So the 77 and 20 breaking away yet again. Jeffrey Goodpasture able to make their slide in that P number 3 spot. But you can see Jordan Kreider and Josh Kreider using that high side. Maybe Josh Kreider learning a little bit from his brother there, using that little bit higher line to keep those positions as they get around here. You see the 13 of Nathan Williams starting to fall back just a little bit. You have the 88 of Noah Blackwell in one of those positions where he needs to finish really well here tonight. 2 of Landon Burbage, the 25 of Nathan Williams. I mean, there's just so much great racing here, and so much is at stake here tonight, as some of those drivers, if they don't finish well, are going to fall out of that playoff hunt. I mean, I know here at the Premium Stock Car Racing League, they do have like another bracket where just because you're not in the running for the championship, they have like an internal kind of like a there's this you can still win something when it comes down to not being in like the championship hunt. So not all is not lost. It's just maybe not the prize. The prize is not as great. But right now, I just want to give a shout out to all the CRN fans that always come out here. Obviously, Barry, I don't know. I don't think there's been a broadcast without you in it. So again, thank you for showing up to pretty much every single broadcast that CRN does. I can't bring enough shout out to Barry. But I see Kenneth Cheney out there. Kind of said Matthew Wood might have a good chance, maybe get another fuel win tonight. The TW rooting on Nathan Williams. It's just good to see that the fans out there are rooting for their drivers. If there's somebody you'd like to see, put it in the chat and chat away, and whatever you'd like to see. I have no problem at all focusing on maybe where your driver is at to get a little better look to see where they're at in that point of time. But it is great to see the fans out there having a good time watching that Premium Stock Car Racing League battle. But we have another yellow flag, and I am not quite sure what has happened there.
It is the stage break, Mr. Jimmy Covert.
Oh, and that would explain that. But we're at a stage break here at lap 40. So Brian Underwood, Jordan Hand, Jeffrey Goodpasture, Jordan Kreider, Nathan Williams, William Conley, Josh Kreider, Noah Blackwell, Landon Burbridge, Danny White. Your top 10 for the stage break. So 40 laps in the books here tonight so far. And this is wrapping up to be maybe a fairly quick race here tonight, as some of these races tend to be a little bit longer. But 200 laps is still a long time. You're going to have the leaders come down right now, and you can see everybody coming down with the exception of Jordan Hand, maybe just staying out there to get that lap led.
Well, I was just thinking of this myself. So you have a set of 5. Like I told you before, I like to have that extra set. So I would want to keep. I would probably stay out for a little bit longer, because you got time. We didn't have too many laps on that last caution to really heat the tires. I know they're going to be a little worn, but I mean, he's been running pretty good, pretty decent lap times. I'll stay out for a little bit longer and get on a different tire cycle. Could be a big benefit, especially if you get go 20 laps and get a caution and go in and get some freshies and come on out and that's a nice looking green on that Carrier Motorsports number 20 truck. I'm just a big fan of green, so I like it. I like it.
Yeah, the Carrier Motorsports drivers seem to have swapped up their paints on me here again. So you got the 20 running in the NVIDIA kind of paint scheme. Then back there, the 76. You have Kenneth Cheney as well, sport in the NGB Designs Carrier Motorsports. You got Brian Underwood, obviously another NGB Designs truck in the Owners Club. And Dylan Carrier with Carrier Motorsports, the owner of Carrier Motorsports, repping that 24 DuPont paint scheme. In the yard, the dumpster there with Lightyear Racing with Jeffrey Goodpasture. Jordan Kreider with the Owners Club as well in the 69 Viagra machine. Josh Carrier in the Rubbered Up Productions, NGBD Designs, also part of the Owners Club. Nathan Williams, Oracle, Red Bull machine, another Owners Club driver. William Conley in at 25 for breast cancer awareness, and it's always good to see drivers out there supporting family members or anybody that's had cancer. NGB Designs there from Noah Blackwell, another Carrier Motorsports truck. Danny White there in a Jack Daniels number 79. It's always a good classic to see. Good old Jack out there being repped, and then Timothy Poe at the 71. But it looks like we're going back green again, and here soon. And it looks like Jordan Hand will use that outside to his advantage and pull out the front with that 76 on that low side. So the rest of the field's going to have to work their way through the field just a little bit, and you can see if Brian Underwood is going to be able to use them fresh tires to his advantage. And you can tell that he has the grip, but he's got to get the advantage of the 76 to make the pass. And he doesn't want to make a wreck. Oh, the 13's going to go high.
The 4's going around.
Oh, 4 wrecking in the back. We're still green here on lap 48.
I mean, you can just tell, like, the older tires are holding up the fresh tire guys, because it was a traffic jam going into turn 1 there. So as you see, Brian Underwood making the pass on Kenneth Cheney, and he's going high, and he's looking to set his eyes on Mr. Josh Kreider there, and because he fell way back, so compared to, so he's he's on the move. He doesn't look happy by the way he's driving that truck, Mr. Jimmy. But when you were talking about the race, I call it the race within the race. You got last week's guys racing, so not only are you racing, trying to do your best in the race, but you also, if you're not so great at short tracks, that you can actually have a partner to try to be. I want to be in front of this guy. I got to be in front of this guy. Well, that adds an extra layer of excitement, in my opinion, especially on a short track. Especially if you don't like the guy that you're racing against, which by the looks of it, everyone likes it, everyone here. So. You have Brian Underwood versus Mr. William Conley. So, so that I think Conley is behind Mr. Underwood.
William Conley is back there. Yeah, 25 behind Josh Kreider right now as they're working their way back on the field. But you see the 79 Danny White getting a little bit loose there. It's gonna go ahead and bring out a caution here on lap 53, but it was a little bit tense there as Jordan Haight was doing an outstanding job not pitting, getting a good run, but everybody was back there battling, and he was out front in that clean air. Nobody around him to really worry about. He just had to run his laps and run them clean. He didn't have to worry about battling that traffic. So he's able to hold on to that position right here on lap 54. And this could be something like you're talking about, that tire strategy, where he's able to have an extra set of tires maybe later in the race that will definitely benefit him to maybe possibly walk away here with a win. But he's going to take this opportunity and come in now as he knows that them fresh tires are really coming up behind him here again. But we're going to go ahead and just find out what happened here, as we'll just see here as Danny White in the 79 Jack Daniels machine there, as you can see, coming down across the start finish line, heading down into turn 1 right now. You can see him, see if he gets an assist, and it looks like he does. He's going to get an assist. A little love tap there by the 2 of Landon Burbage is going to send that 79 around, and they're going to go high. So the 2 and the 16 are going to skirt around the outside, and the 4 is able to clear the 79. So not many people involved, but and the 01 takes a shot at the front end of the 79 there, not able to quite clear him. And then you see that 79. So what's he doing? Trying to go forward as he's spinning the tires, and maybe
wheel damage.
Too much wheel damage there. Let's see. I'd love to go down to his cockpit and see if he's really got what he's doing with that wheel. And you can see he's got it to the left. It doesn't look too bad from that angle, but definitely not what the 79 wanted here on lap 56. So back here to restart things again. Jordan Kreider out front in that 69. So somebody that needs a good finish here in order to make it to the next round of playoffs is that 69. Getting it done right now in the lead over the 13 of Nathan Williams, Brian Underwood, Noah Blackwell, Josh Kreider, William Conley, Timothy Poe, Dylan Carrier, Farrell Robbins, and Jeffrey Ledford for your top 10. Then you have Steven Shue, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Jordan Hand, Kenneth Cheney, Matthew Wood, Danny White, Landon Burbage, and Brian Lucas for your 18 truck field here at North Wilkesboro.
Well, Jimmy, as that caution came out, I was explaining the race within the race. So I personally like it. Because I'm not usually the one that's winning these races, so I like to have some more competition to give myself something else to work on. So you have Nathan Williams versus Noah Blackwell, Dylan Carrier versus Mr. Kenneth Cheney, Jeffrey Goodpasser versus I would imagine that's Josh Kreider. I think it doesn't really specify, but so yes, the green flag is out, and Mr. Jordan Kreider's hit that loud pedal as they're 2x2 going into turn 1 and throughout. Yes, it's going to be interesting. It's a green flag. Looks like Nathan Williams got the lead, and Jordan Kreider is falling back.
And Jordan Kreider just kind of falling back just a little bit, but trying to just take it safe. You know, he knows that there's plenty of racing left. There's still 140 laps here. So there is plenty of racing as we're just over a quarter of the way done. As you see the 20 of Jordan Hand wanting to get back to the front as he was able to get in and get some new fresh tires and top off his fuel here. And that last caution. So Timothy Poe to 71 underneath the 69 of Jordan Kreider. Looking good here. Those guys are driving safe. We'll go back here with the 4 of Farrell Robbins and Jordan Hand kind of battling out. They are now a single file looking to make a move. Dylan Carrier outside of Jeffrey Goodpasser as another caution flies. So it looks like Kenneth Cheney and Jeffrey Ledford getting into it. We'll see what happens here as the 76. Ooh, it looks like the 1 just getting loose and getting into the 76. Nothing can be done right there. Nowhere for the 76 to go, but the 01 tagging the wall and getting down into Kenneth Cheney.
You know, that's looking like he got into the gas a little hard going and coming out of that exit, and he just spun those rear tires and that just.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. Ooh.
Yeah, and that's Jeffrey Ledford there. He's actually the number 29. This truck says 01, but he is the 29 on the screen there. But getting into the 76 of Kenneth Cheney. So another incident there for Kenneth Cheney. Not that he wanted to get involved, but Nathan Williams taking advantage out there right now, leading this thing here. And at number 13 here on lap 64 over Noah Blackwell, Brian Underwood, William Connolly, Josh Kreider, Jordan Kreider, Timothy Poe, Jordan Hand, Farrell Robbins, Jeffrey Goodpasser are your top 10. Steven Shoes, Danny White, Landon Burbridge, Bryant Lucas, Kenneth Cheney, Matthew Wood, Dylan Carrier, and now Jeffrey Ledford back there in P number 18.
You know, Jimmy, I was trying to think if we've ever raced on North Wilkesboro together. We've done a lot of racing together, and we have. I figured it out. We raced the 87s here, and I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, which it's a very poor memory, but I'm pretty sure you got mad because you couldn't save tire and you quit the race.
I might have. I won't lie. I'm not a short track fan. I don't. There's like one thing I'm missing, and if some can teach me how to save tires and how to drive a short track properly, I'd probably go back to short track racing and run these ovals again. But I get frustrated because I can't save that tire, and when I do try to save it, I'm so slow. Just I don't know what I'm doing, and I get frustrated because I feel like I don't need to be out there. That I'm just a hindrance, you know. So,
yeah.
So meanwhile, I just be a hindrance to people on a road race. Because most of the time it's just me not attacking a corner the correct way and still learning the different tracks. Some of the tracks I'm a little better at that, obviously, but the short tracks, no matter which one they are, I just feel like I don't need to be there.
You know, some days I'm good at them, some days I'm not. It just depends on the car and kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to probably run horribly.
Well, somebody that's not running horrible right now is Nathan Williams. It looks like the lights are off on the pace truck. Yeah, as they come out of turn 4. As he gets on the loud pedal real early, getting a nice little jump, out in front of a Noah Blackwell in that 88. But Noah Blackwell's going to use that high side. You can see Noah actually getting, it looks like a little bit of run, but it looks like he lifted just a little bit, just in case that 13 decide to slide up. But he's going to use that outside right now. And obviously the 13 is trying to make it move right now. So the 18 and the 13 battling out. Oh, you got the Brian Underwood getting under Nathan Williams. William Connolly back there for P and number 3 as Brian is trying to work his way back up front, and you got Josh Kreider trying to follow Brian. And if you go and fall back, there's so much racing going on right now, Derek. You got the 20 of Jordan Hand just trying to get his way back up front. He's already back up to, P number 7, right behind Jordan Kreider. But Timothy Poe doing a good job holding on to that inside. And you see last week's winner, number 16 of Matthew Wood in that blue truck, just making his way. But another caution here is flown here on lap 71. And again, involving Kenneth Cheney. Kenneth Cheney getting involved yet again. And just, it looks like looks like Jeffrey Ledford in the 29 and Ledford not agreeing with each other in the back of the field. Let's see, we'll go back. We'll just do this a little bit old school way because we'll see kind of what happened. You see, it looks like just a little shot there by the 01 or the 29 of Jeffrey Ledford. Oh, and then it's just a love tap on the left bumper, sends that 76 around.
You know,
So
and
I'm sure
that's
Kenneth Cheney, not a happy camper here on this lap, but action happening in the back of the field. But here on lap 72, Nathan Williams still in the lead.
Given a little love tap going into the corner at most tracks is not that big of a deal. Here, it's deadly. As you can see, I've had it happen to me. Gave a little love tap and it shoved me right through my braking point, even though I was on my brakes, and I plowed and destroyed a bunch of cars. So, because we're in the 87s that day. But, that's short track racing. Rubbin's racing, baby. Rubbin's racing.
Yeah, it is Rubbin racing, but obviously these drivers want to finish the race here tonight here as we're on lap 73 of 200. They go from doing 18-second laps to getting around here in about 40 seconds, and it really kind of starts messing with them. And when you're in a race like this where the cautions can continue to fly, and it is short track races, so it is going to happen because especially in a playoff race, I mean, the tensions are high. Everybody wants to win. You got people that are going to fall off out of the playoff bracket if they don't get a good finish. Whatever. And people are trying to stay on the alternate bracket to get a good finish there and possibly, get some earning or winnings that way. Whatever it may be, whatever their goal is here for tonight. But, I think a little bit of patience goes a long way and to get around here. And, sometimes those little love taps could be maybe saved for a little bit later in the race when it's almost time to win.
Oops, sorry, I helped you to ignore myself as I accidentally tapped my mic and muted myself. I'm not used to the new mic yet, so I've done that plenty of times.
It's a beautiful thing, when you need to quickly mute what's going on around you. But Nathan Williams not trying to be muted here. He's trying to lead more laps here on lap 75 of 200. So we're closing in on that halfway mark. Can the 13 or does the 13 have what it takes? Or does the 77, gonna take advantage of all these cautions here? But the pace car is in. The 13 is on the gas pedal, nice and early. The 88 is gonna take advantage and get a nice jump as well on that outside. But that 77 of Brian Underwood, using that bottom line there to get around here. Gonna go ahead and slide back in the back here. See Nathan Hand kind of, and a caution as out again. What happened here on lap 76?
Was the 76 involved?
Yes. And again, the 29 giving the 76 a shove, sending him around. So I don't know if it was just a bad start on the 76 or maybe a little bit of a shove there from Jeffrey Ledford. So it's kind of hard to tell. We'll go back, take another kind of look here. And click on his one here. Kind of slow it down just a little bit. And you kind of wonder sometimes, just a little shot, and that's enough to upset the rear end of a truck.
That looks like a difference of braking points where the 76 probably lifted, trying not to carry too much speed into the turn one on cold tires. And the 29
and
just
And that's more than likely probably what it is, Derek. And we've been in that situation plenty of times, racing on whatever track it is. Going into these corners and somebody. The only thing I can really reference is the road tracks, but in road racing, you got like the number signs on the side, like to kind of give you a distance to the corner. So like or even in ovals here, they usually have a 1 or 2 board or whatever. But so this people have a different braking spot, and if it's a split second, you're in that guy's bumper, or you're braking too hard and you got no control of your steering because you're gonna plow through. So yeah, definitely different braking zones there, and I think you're right on that one.
But I hate to say it, but I think Nathan Williams is the 13 is loving these cautions because of the fact that, he's still leading laps. He doesn't have to burn his tires. It's easy lap sled. That's so. It's nice.
Yeah, most of the people have come into the pits here on lap 42. Jordan Hand coming in on lap 54. Matthew Wood there on 63. Danny White was 55. And obviously a few drivers in the back, Dylan Carrier and Kenneth Chady here in on lap 63. But lights are still on the pace car as they cross the start-finish line. And I believe they go off this time by, and that is correct there. The lights are off on the pace truck as we look forward from Nathan Williams. But we're going to go ahead and hop back here with Josh Kreider and kind of just back in the pack just a little bit and see what them drivers are doing. It's always good to see the cars really close together. I like the nose cam that I came up with, along with the tail cam, as you can look off the back end of the trucks there, as you can see the rest of the field kind of following along. So these drivers getting ready to go. They're in turn 4 right now, getting ready to start finish. Pace truck is in. The green flag is out. They are on the loud pedal as we look back off of Josh Kreider, kind of like front mid pack here. Kind of see how everybody's doing in the back of the field, and you can see Josh moving up to that high side, kind of blocking just a little bit. Jordan Hand looking to use that inside and maybe possibly get a benefit and get around Josh Kreider. But right now, Josh is trying to stick to that bumper of that 77 as he is now under the 25 of William Conley.
Yeah, and that's a benefit for Mr. Josh Kreider. If Brian Underwood can make that pass, it leaves the door open for him to make the pass. And that he overdrives the corner and allows the Jordan Hand to come underneath. They're 3 wide. I don't think I like this, Jimmy. Make it beautifully. William Conley thought better of it and went down to the bottom as Jordan Hand passes Josh Kreider, and now William Conley is going to challenge for that spot. I don't think Josh likes being on the outside because he's been running the bottom most of the race. So that was a little hairy right there. So
definitely a little bit hot in the seat and the pants there between those few drivers, but they're able to keep it clean and keep it green as we're on lap 86 of 200, and Nathan Williams out front over Noah Blackwell, Brian Underwood, Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, William Conley, Jordan Kreider, Matthew Wood, Timothy Poe, and Jeffrey Goodpasser for your top 10, and also the rest of the field. But pretty much single file here right now as the drivers go around. It looks like a little bit of battle back here with Matthew Wood and Jordan Kreider. Jordan Kreider using on that low side, and maybe not used to being down there as he spent most of the first like 70 plus laps on that high side. So we got a couple drivers going around sideways in the back with Steven Shue and Landon Burbridge going around sideways here on lap 88 of 200. We'll go back and get a CRN replay. It looks like maybe just a little love tap there by the 2 into the 79. Slows up the 2, but the 85 hits their apron, taps the 2, slides them around. Nobody's else involved. Just some slideways action by those 2 trucks.
Well, you were talking about Jordan Kreider not liking to run in the bottom. Earlier in the race, he felt he was leading the race and he fell back, and as soon as he got an opportunity, he jumped to the high side. To which I believe you're right, Mr. Jimmy, is I don't think he likes running the bottom. I think he likes running that high line. It's not for me, but if it works for him and it's seems to be working good for him. So he has a top 10 right now. So I don't.
Jordan on that bubble right now, and he needs to finish in front of some of his competitors. And some of those competitors, looking at the list here, as I bring it up again for myself here, Jordan needs to finish in front of Noah Blackwell as his closest competitor here, as he is a few points behind. Actually, he is 1 point behind Noah Blackwell for that 8th position. And Jeffrey Goodpaster is only 2 points behind. He's 2 points behind Jeffrey Goodpaster. So Jeffrey Goodpaster, Noah Blackwell, and even Jordan Hand, they need to have great finishes here. Jordan needs to finish in front of those drivers in order to possibly move on to the next round. So can the 69 make his move and get that good finish? So I can see him trying to be aggressive and maintain that spot. We're here on lap 91 of 200. Nathan Williams is on top over Noah Blackwell, Brian Underwood, and Jordan Hand for your top 4.
Well, Jimmy, I got a question for you. So,
Sure, shoot.
We've had a couple cautions. Yep. Strategy. As you can see, the pace truck's in, and now Nathan Williams has hit the loud pedal, going off into turn 1. Noah Blackwell's going to try to challenge for lead on the outside, and Brian Underwood's going to take the bottom lane. Got a 3-truck battle there.
Oh, they're going around the back, and I see the 24 and the 85. So Dylan Carrier and Steven Shu. I think it was just Dylan Carrier going around here on lap 93. So I think, the urgency, even though we're not quite halfway, is kind of starting to settle in with some of these drivers, how important it is to be out front. So we'll go back, get a replay there of that 24, see what happened. Oh, and a little bit of assist there by the 6 as he gets spun around right there in front of the 85. The 85 able to lock it up. A little bit of damage there by the 24. And that right rear of that number 24.
That's just unfortunate for Mr. Dylan Carrier.
He's going to bring that 24 in, overshuts, shoots his pit stall just a little bit, and that's something that you can. You don't want it to happen, but if you're going to overshoot your pit stop, under caution might be the time to do it. You don't lose too much time as that field is bunching up together, but he's going to want to get that 24 off pit lane here. As the drivers are coming down the front stretch here, he needs to get out before they break the plane. So he just gets out in front of the pace car. And he's going to be able to get that 24 machine back around and maintain his spot on the lead lap.
Well, and that's the other thing, Jimmy, is being unfortunately getting spun in the back of the field. He doesn't have that much time. If you're the leader, you got all that 40 seconds, and he's the last car on of the field, and he's gonna. Yeah, it doesn't have as much time, so, did he take his fast repair? So...
looking at the truck, he might have. We'll go ahead, I'll just check, the thing, chase. And back end looks pretty clean there, as I'll also go to the rear chase. The front of that truck right there. Yep, looking pretty spiffy there on that 24. So I think the fast repair has been taken. Pit crew making a very extreme fast-paced work to put that 24 machine back out on track here to get back out there and battle this thing out to the end of the race. Nathan Williams loving it though. So lap 96, the pace truck is in. Nathan Williams is going to get on the gas and did they start? Did they start?
Yes, they did.
They started single fire. Yes, they did. So enough cautions have happened. The admins have put it down. We're gonna go single file from here on out. So there's just gonna be a lot of battling here. Well, the drivers are having a little bit of a problem here trying to start double file. So. And it's not really a bad thing. I guess it's a bad thing if you're in the back trying to make up a lot of time. But that allows the drivers to get going. There is some leagues, when we're doing road racing, they decide to start single file as well, and it really pans out, and I think and kind of limit the when a passing can occur, like the first few quarters. And I think it's just kind of get the drivers in the state of mind to be like, yo, just be patient. You got a 45-minute race or an hour race, whatever it may be when you're road racing anyways. Just kind of take your time, get this thing rolling, get in a groove, and get this thing done. And these drivers, they want to race green as much as possible. I know some drivers, especially if you're leading, you don't really mind the caution flags because you're leading a lot of laps and everything's safe up there. But these drivers love to compete. They love the green flag runs. So single file starts there from Jimmy 6 times. Yeah, I just noticed that as I was calling it out, and I was just kind of wondering myself. But yeah, they're gonna go 6. Definitely go single file, and we'll see how these drivers look. But right now, it looks like the 20 is trying to get to the inside of the 5 of Josh Kreider.
Yeah, there's one guy in mind that comes in mind that wouldn't mind the caution flag running as much on a short track, and that's you, Jimmy. You, if you were leading, I think you would want a caution as soon as possible, as soon as that green flag came out. So,
yep, as soon as we start and I hit the gas pedal, caution. Until the end of the race. Why is this race 4 hours? Don't care. And that's okay. Like I said, one day somebody's going to show me the mojo, and I'm going to be able to race short tracks.
As you can see, Jordan Hand is trying to make some ground up on Noah Blackwell for that 3rd position. As you can see, Brian Unwood challenging Nathan Williams for the lead. I think Brian has just been really patient. I mean, he's fell back and worked his way back up, and now he's he gets a little sideways on the exit there. But
yeah, he's really looking at the angles for that 13, trying to find out where the 13's kind of weak and trying to get where that 77's sticking, and you just got to make that 13 a little bit uncomfortable, and it looks like he has. It looks like the 88 of Noah Blackwell being able to come up on close the back bumper of the 13. So can the 77 use the fresher tires and that bottom side in order to inch out the 13? We see the 2 Elena Burbridge a little slow on the bottom there, so kind of slowing things up. So lap cars kind of playing in a little bit of that one. But Brian and the 13 of Nathan Williams continue to battle. Jordan Hand in that 20 really wanting to get to the front.
Yeah, as you can see, Brian Underwood's getting a little slidey on the exit. Oh, caution comes out. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to get the lead. Is it going to be Brian or Nathan? iRacing must have said Nathan. Ooh.
And trying to see what has came out here, and all I have is a Brian or a Matthew Wood off track, and I don't know if that's what brought it out. Yeah, Matthew Wood going around right in front of the 5 and the 25. Caution come out really quickly. So Josh Kreider and somebody else, I can catch the number of the car.
So William Conley.
25, William Conley. Squeaking on that one. You see the 25 just getting loose a little bit, so I think it was a little combination between the 5 and the 16, kind of getting loose together. Just kind of tagging just a little bit, but the 16 not able to catch it like like Josh Kreider did. So all things good here. Another caution out here on lap 109. So we're at least we're over halfway. 49 minutes into the race, got plenty of time. Still got about 2 hours remaining if they need it. Hopefully it don't come to that, but I'm sure these drivers would love to finish this thing out all the way on green from here on out. But it's short track racing, Derek, and I don't think I've been to maybe but one short track.
Oh no,
where it was green from start to finish.
Yeah, that's hard to say, Jimmy, because that's unless you're a short track league. But I don't know. I've ever been a part of a short track green flag run, to be honest. Usually it's what we were talking about. As soon as you hit the green flag, it's caution, especially in officials. So,
Well, you know, officials is nothing but a big old melting pot of throwing everybody together, and
oh wait,
you know, especially when you're in them lower I ratings, you really don't know who's got there that day.
there was this one time at Martinsville we went green the entire way, but we only had six cars in the field. So,
my luck is 6 drivers, and like the one guy would keep it in the wall or something. There'll be caution fist.
oh, but but everyone came down. Everyone came down, got new tires, more fuel. I don't think fuel's an issue here.
And Matthew Wood, the only one that stayed out. At 16, was last in on lap 63. Everybody else coming in at lap 108. It's gonna be, if his car's in, he's gotta start a single file, and he's gonna be able to get a decent start. But you're gonna see the new tire.
Oh, Brian!
Noah Blackwell not having a good start. Spins that 88 around, hitting that inside. And we'll go back and do a CRN replay, and I'm sure Noah Wood was maybe expecting this, but I wasn't expecting this. A slinky effect.
I think he missed the shift.
Yeah, it looks like the 77 might have missed a shift. It's not something that you would think that would happen to Brian Underwood, but it can happen to anybody. As we'll go take one more look at the 88, and you'll see how the accordion effect to happen with a bad start from the 77, the 20 getting into the back, the 88 in the back, and it just kind of all checked up, and that's kind of what happens. It's I hear one of my league mates over there in Core always say that the accordion is his favorite instrument.
Oh, it's I've done that before, and I was the leader. And matter of fact, I've done it on a road course, and that was horrible. Everyone hated me because I gave them all black flags.
Oh, you had a bad start, and you got everybody black flags. You're bully. Yeah, but here, just getting them bad starts, is not something that Brian Underwood would typically do, and I'm sure he feels bad, and obviously not wanting to ruin anybody's race, and kind of unfolded there with some of the contenders that were running up front. But Brian Underwood in the pits to get some repairs done, I'm sure, here, and probably move that 77 back to the field, and we've seen him work his way through the field already. But he's going to go down in the field as the pace truck's coming around, and hopefully he's able to get out before they get around, and he's going to. So probably had a little bit of damage, taking some of that repair there right at the last moment. As you can see, some of the drivers, you got the 6 of Bryant Lucas and the 79 of White.
I will say that was a beautiful recovery for everyone, because that could have been
worse.
Way worse. Only one truck spun. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of contact with a bunch of trucks, but it could have been way worse. I mean, Brian, he held it. He didn't get spun. The only one that got spun was Noah, but unfortunately, he was the weakest link, and was the one that got spun, but nothing that he could have done. But I mean, yeah, it could have been way worse.
Definitely could have been a lot worse. I've seen worse. And just one of those things that it's on the drivers to be able to catch those things, and it's some of the things that you don't like to see happen. And like I said, it's not something that you usually see Brian. But the pace car is in. Matthew Wood will get on the gas pellet here followed by that 13 of Nathan Williams will shoot immediately down to the inside, getting that 16 out to dry. And this is where you're going to see them tires really taking effect there. You can see how old they are, but 16 hopefully is able to do a pretty decent job and hold off some of the field as these new tires will begin to eat up that 16 as he is having to use the outside and the newer tires will be down on the inside. So but the 25 is going to slide by the 16. It looks like the 69 of Jordan Kreider looking to get around the 16 as well. Then you have the 71 of Timothy Poe back there in 6th, doing a fantastic job in the new fastest lap of the race right now, set by Jordan Hand, currently in 2nd place. And if you guys are curious, biggest mover of the race right now is the 71 of Timothy Poe. So Timothy doing a great job. We see the 76, tapping that 71 just a little bit, getting them loose. But the 76 trying to go places, trying to get back in it here, as Kenneth Cheney is now in P8.
Yeah, he has made up a lot of time in a lot of positions, given Josh Kreider is sliding through that corner on the exit. But the 76 looks like he's settled down and just racing his race now and trying to pick one truck off at a time, as there's a big gap in front of him and a big gap behind him. But I will say that 85 truck still catches my eye. It's I believe the Unidonkey.
The Unidonkey.
It cracks me up every time I see it. I like the truck. I like the color. It's bright, colorful, and unicorns. My daughter would love it very much. Rainbows and unicorns is her favorite. So good job on the paint.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, and you'll know when you see that 85 out there. That's for sure when Steven Shu goes by or catching up. But you can see the battling going on right there around him. I'm going to back the camera up just a little bit, but he's kind of holding up people just a little bit. That 5 looking to move forward there, along with the 77 of Brian Underwood. So Josh doesn't want to take this thing 3 wide, but he thought about it there just for a second.
I mean, he did the right thing. He backed out and
he did a great job on that move. You get that window of opportunity though when 2 trucks or 2 vehicles kind of like go in a corner and they separate, and there's like that huge gap in between. You're like, I could drive in there. And I know me back in the day, I've been like, look at that open hole and drive in there. Next thing you know, two vehicles are squishing you. But you learn that as you race on the service. When and when not to take those gaps like that. But Josh was able to make the right call, let off, get around, and live not in the crash at the moment, and make the pass and move up to he's back up to P number 11, as he has been up the front here. But back up front, Jordan Hand in the 20, finally getting back to the front there. Starting to stretch it out just a little bit, about 1 second over Nathan Williams there, back in the 13, and then William Conley on the 25 doing a great job, doing what he needs to do to hopefully set himself in for a position in the next round of playoff races. But Jordan Kreider currently sitting in P number 4, doing what he has to do as well, trying to get that good finish in front of multiple drivers to hopefully secure himself in the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, you can see he's still running that high line. That's his favorite spot, as we see the number 4 Farrell Robbins in the 8th place. He's had some issues tonight. He's winning around a couple.
The one's going around. Jeffrey Goodpasser right in front of the 77. One's going to go down in a wall. Caution comes out here at lap 132. Few people off track right now. I don't see any crashes. I think this is just going to be some self spins. I'm going to go ahead and do some caution replays here. It looks like the 85. We'll see what happened here with Steven. We're getting into the 88 and Noah Blackwell, and they're both going to come down into the grass, both staying off the wall. So good job for those two. And then let's see, Jeffrey Goodpasser had an incident as well. Just getting a little tap there by the 71, and then the 6 bumping the 71, but off there by himself as well. And that's it. Just those 3 drivers. So those 3 drivers kind of sliding around just a little bit out, not too much for as far as damage goes for those vehicles on that one. So we'll go back here to live here on caution. Lost count of what caution it is, but we're on lap 134 of 200. Jordan Hands on top over Nathan Williams, William Conley, Jordan Cryer, Kenneth Cheney for your top 5. Again, another shout out to all your fans out there, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. And, if you haven't already, please smash the thumbs up, and share this thing, show this race with all your friends and family out there, and give these drivers the support they deserve for spending their time on the weekend to come out here and enjoy their hobby and get some racing in with their league members.
You're talking about a couple drivers getting dropped tonight. Well, that also means next week is the start of a new round. Well, next week is Watkins Glen. So
Watkins Glen, I like me some good road racing. I know these trucks actually don't race too bad on the road courses.
No, but it's going to be interesting to see, because the rear of the trucks gets really happy, especially if you get on the gas too early, too fast. It likes to spin the tires because there's no weight back there. But other than that, it is actually a lot of fun because you can throw them around, slide them around, to drive the truck through the corner sideways a little bit more than you can those next gens. Kind of drift around the corners a little bit better. So, but tire wear is going to be interesting. I ran a couple practice laps. I know I drove it to the wall, and it's going to be a tire eater if you drive it like that the entire race. So, especially if it's going to be a hot track. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys go around in these trucks around Watkins Glen next week.
Yeah, Watkins Glen next week is definitely going to spice things up. A pace truck is in, and Jordan Hand now out front, the green flag in the air, taking this thing down and through turn 1 and 2, getting around here yet again on lap 138 of 200. So, 63 laps remaining. Can Jordan Hand finish this thing out? Can these guys go green the rest of the way? We will figure that out here shortly, I am sure. But the tension, like you said, the tension is high, and everybody is battling the best they can. And it's just the competitiveness, and I keep saying it over and over again, but it's, these drivers just love to compete, and and they don't want to give an inch if they don't have to. You see the one getting a little bit loose there, having to chase this truck down to the infield. So that's something that Jeffrey Goodpasture wanted to do, but using that to his advantage is that 77 of Brian Underwood. So Tricentic's kind of boxed in a little bit there by teammates, and he wants to get underneath that one. But that 4's got that high side kind of unlocked. It looks like the 77's got to take a 3 wide.
He said, you know what? Not today. I need to go. And
Jeffrey Goodpasture still getting stuck in the middle. People taking advantage of him kind of being off pace, off this line, probably uncomfortable where he's sitting on the track, but he's able to keep it cool, collective, and they're still green.
His driving saying one thing, and I bet you he's saying another thing inside of that truck right now, because he did a phenomenal job. As we can see, Steven Shue, I don't know what happened there, but it looked like he just said no brakes there today, buddy. And he rides up and kisses the wall. As you see, Matthew Wood in the 11th spot behind Noah Blackwell. Yep. In the 88. And Danny White in the 79 is blinking a little bit. And I think there's the frustrations of running a lot of pace laps and Brian Underwood is like, not today, boys. I'm on a mission. I'm going to get up there. And you know what? Who's saying thank you? I'll follow you is Mr. Josh Carter. They're on the move. He's just letting Brian Underwood be the bully and getting the trucks where he needs them so he can pass them. So, but as they're too wide, go ahead.
Yeah, Brian was on that high side, quickly down in front of the 76 to get underneath the 25 of William Conley, trying to move that 77 back up front. You know, he's definitely doing whatever he can to get back on that podium to secure as many points as possible, moving forward in this championship final rounds here, as this season is starting to come to an end. And then I believe they are going to take a short break here, and then start back up in the beginning of the year. And I think the schedule will start to be out, and I've seen a lot of good tracks on the schedule. So we will, I'm sure, discuss that in the future with Josh when it comes towards the end here, and we'll get him up here in the booth and have him what's going on. We can see something. Poe down in the grass. It keeps it green, but definitely slow there. We'll go ahead and just get a quick replay real quick to see what kind of happened here to the 71. As it looks like... Oh, was that too... No, there it was.
Oh, I'm surprised that didn't cause a caution.
Yeah, nobody was around him, though. That's why.
Oh!
And he's trying to get that 71 under control and just too much gas. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, so Poe just having the time of his life down there, but it looks like while we were looking at that, we had a yellow flag actually come out again, and that would involve the 79 of Danny White. And it looks like the 88. Oh, the one tagging a wall. So Jeffrey Goodpaster tagging a wall, getting down into the 79 as they come to a stop. And it looks like the 79. Oh, I thought he towed. He blinked out. But he backed out of the track as those two drivers get those trucks rolling yet again here late in the race. Laps winding down as we are now lap 151 of 200. So, 50 laps remaining, Derek. And I believe drivers, they could come in, get fresh tires and fuel and be able to make it the rest of the way. And as the way things are going, maybe something, I think these drivers, towards the back right now are going to start, if they have it now, are really going to start feeling that sense of urgency that they need to get to the front.
Yeah, as we were watching Brian Underwood fight for the lead, I was watching that whole stuff and I was like, man, this is real exciting because everyone's giving it their all. It was, side by side, in the back along with in the front, and the guys that were in between were like just kind of relaxing, just seeing what was going to go on and trying to capitalize on someone's mistake. But I mean, it's, as you can see, everyone has pitted, and Matthew Wood, Stephen Shue stayed out. So it's going to be interesting to see how long they can stay out in front of all the fresh tires. I don't know. It's an interesting call. Mr. Wood stayed out a couple cautions ago, and is now found himself back up into the lead.
And Matthew Wood putting some laps in, getting that 16 back where he wants it up in front. 85 Stephen Shue. That Unitonki, taking a gamble here, I think, late in the race here. So a lot of those drivers came down to get new fuel, and you can go ahead and pull up the pit laps, and you can see he was the first two drivers were in on lap 133, and a lot of cautions were happening back around here, and that's maybe just a gamble that they're willing to take right now to try to get the finish they need to move their way forward or put themselves in a better position to maybe win the second playoff bracket that's going on throughout the league. So right now it's Matthew Wood over Stephen Shue, Brian Underwood, Josh Kreider, Jordan Hand, Nathan Williams, or Kenneth Cheney, William Connolly, and Jordan Kreider back there in P number 9. Noah Blackwell for 10th. And then the pace truck is in. Matthew Wood is on the loud pedal, followed by the 85 of Steven Shu, as we are on lap 155 of 200.
As you can see, Brian Underwood wastes no time getting around Steven Shu on the outside, which was pretty risky in my mind, but he made it stick and gets around him, and now he's sets his sights on Matthew Wood. Looks like he's going to try the highs. Getting it a little hot. Allows Josh Kreider to take the inside, but he's going to come back and fight on the outside. And it looks like Josh Kreider is going to allow him to settle down in front, which is not a bad move because you've been seeing him following everyone, following Mr. Underwood around and passing as he made it. So Jordan Hand's going to put some pressure on Josh Kreider for third place. Nathan Williams, William Conley, that back there. So as Matthew Wood is continues to lead this race. Ooh, this is getting interesting, Jimmy. It looks like Brian Underwood is trying real hard to get around Matthew Wood there. It's probably overdriving the corners a little bit. What do you think, Jimmy?
Maybe just a little bit, but he was able to get that 77 underneath that 16 there, and able to make it happen here. But the caution flies yet again here at North Wilkesboro. So, it's kind of getting into a rhythm here. They get about 5 or 6 laps in, and then the caution comes out by like a slight mistake. And I'm sure it's not what these drivers want right now. But let's see. I need to go back to the car number and see here, and I believe it's for the 1 of Jeffrey Goodpasser. And here just kind of locks it up so he doesn't get into the 2 down into the grass. Just a little bump there on the left-hand side, but Jeffrey Goodpasser keeps that 1 rolling. But the caution flag flies nonetheless here on lap 160 of 200. So down the 41 laps remaining, and definitely would like to see these guys go green and see who comes on top. Who will make it to the final? Who will make it to the next stage? And then what 8 drivers will finish in that position that they need tonight to move forward for that championship here at the end of the season?
Well, Jordan Hand looks like he's just biding his time. He's not trying to be too aggressive. He's in a pretty decent spot in 4th place, along with Nathan Williams, William Conley, and Kenneth Chaney behind him. But he still has some fast trucks behind him. He has some fast trucks in front of him. But I mean, he seems, if we can get on a good long green flag, he looks like he was kind of a limited amount of laps we've seen, more than 20. He seems like to be the truck to beat, along with Brian Underwood.
Yeah, and Brian's always been, one of those trucks that everybody's trying to beat week in and week out. And, there's a reason that he's sitting currently first in the points. Has been a great driver throughout the season so far, and a lot of drivers have been chasing him down and trying to capitalize on any mistakes that Brian is making in order to put themselves in a position to possibly win or beat him. So we'll see if Brian can finish this thing off here tonight with another win or at least a podium. But lights are off on the pace truck. They're down the backstretch right now, entering into turn 3, getting ready to go back here green on lap 163.
How's that Appletini treating you?
It was a gift that one of the kids got my wife because it was my wife's birthday today, and so my wife wanted some Appletinis, and so I drink some with her.
As you can see, Brian Underwood has a nice little lead. Jordan Hand rockets out of the corner and almost gave a nice little love tap to Matthew Wood. And he's now underneath Josh Kreider for 3rd place. See if he can... Oh, Josh is not good easy.
Josh definitely not making it easy. Jordan not making it easy either, as he doesn't want to give up, and you can see him getting on the gas maybe just a little bit heavier than he wants to. Some of those areas you can see the back end just step out just a little bit here and there, trying to extend corners. That 13 is going to utilize that run that he had to get to the outside of that 20. Going to allow the 5 to pull out. Follow that 16 down into turn number 4 as they come down the front stretch. But the 5 has got a decent run, but he's got to check up. Ooh, gets a little love tap by the 20. Able to hold on to that 5 as they run down the backstretch.
Yeah, it looked like they were all towing each other around nose to tail. As you can see, Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, Matthew Wood get a little sideways. Now Jordan Hand's underneath Matthew Wood going into turn 1. Oh, they're real close coming out of the corner. As you can see, Jordan Hand gets a nice little lead. Maybe he can clear him out of turn 4. I don't know. As you can see, Nathan Williams. Jordan Hand clears Matthew Wood, and now Nathan Williams going to try to pass Matthew Wood on the inside. As he does, Matthew Wood falling back a little bit on those older tires. As you can see, Ken Cheney is going to try to take that spot away. Well, Matthew Wood's going to battle back on the outside. Ooh, as they come along, Ken Cheney is in front of Matthew Wood. Matthew Wood is having a little bit of time on the outside. I don't think he likes it on the outside.
The older tires really starting to show the rage out there, and it's not like the 16 is slow here at North Wilkesboro. Just in tires playing a big part here late in the race, but the 20 and the 5 going at it here for Pete and number 2, as Jordan Hand is still sneaking out just out. That's a 5 here, as the 5 is using the outside, the 20's on the down on the inside, and they're just battling out. And you can see the 20 chasing the 5 to the outside wall, still allowing room. So good racing there between the 20 and the 5 as they continue to battle. Oh, they check up just a little bit. A little catch, and they see the 13 going down to the grass, and he's going to bring it up safely and able to keep it green here. So we'll go back and watch Nathan Williams. Everybody kind of settled down here, but we're going to go back and check out Nathan Williams' move to the grass, and I have to say I'm quite impressed. As that 13 was able to use that grass and not lose it. He did tag the wall a little bit, but he didn't lose it. Got it back up on the track there. Everybody seen him coming back on the track. He was able to move that 13 forward, but back live here again up front as the 20 of Jordan Hand and Josh Kreider continue to battle there for Pete number 3.
You know, the bigger winner on that whole exchange was the 76 of Ken Cheney. You know, he's seen it happen. He's got an opportunity. He got to go down low and pass all those trucks. But, unfortunate for Josh and Jordan battling there. And nothing was intentional.
All the bad luck that the 76 has had in this race. A little love tap in the back, being spun around. Does currently find himself in P number 2 at lap 176 of 200. I think that's a testament of just consistency and the will to want to win as he continues to drive that 76. And he has some work cut out for him as he needs to chase down that 77 of Brian Underwood that has a 1.5 second lead over him currently. Then back to Jordan Hand, P number 3, battling it out with Josh Kreider there in P number 4. William Conley is sitting in P number 5. Dylan Carrier in at 24 has had his fair share of incidents here tonight. Been quiet lately, but he got back there. Jordan Kreider needing an excellent finish here. Currently sitting in P number 7. Is that going to be enough to put him over the bubble over a few drivers? Matthew Wood back there in P number 8 on them little bit older tires, and really starting to kind of show effect just a little bit. But that 13 of Nathan Williams, I think, after going down and cutting the grass, scraping the wall, still sitting in P number 9, is that's a big feat there, man. I mean, I think I would have. I don't know how he caught and didn't come back out on the track, and then I was able to basically got it out on the track safely and keep this thing going.
I'm pretty sure he's going to have to change his pants at the end of this.
Hey, maybe.
But I mean, he did an awesome job bringing it back onto the track, and I think everyone gave him enough room to come back onto the track with all the checkups and all that. And I think the biggest thing is he didn't spin it coming back onto the track, and that's the hardest part. Is he kind of just slid it into the groove and it stuck, and now fighting his way back up towards the front. Unless his tires are really unhappy with him right now. As you can see, Jeffrey Goodpasture fighting with Danny White in the 79 for the 12th spot with his teammate behind him in the number 6 truck of Brian Lucas.
Yeah, Brian Lucas. We see the one of Jeffrey Goodpasture getting a little bit too much on the gas here, sliding it sideways. 79 up straight, but you see the two, Elena Burbridge getting up into the wall there. Got to bring out a caution again here at 184, so we'll go back and do a CRN replay here of what happened between the 22. See the 88 getting a little loose, tagging the 2, spinning them around, putting the 2 in the wall. You know, just the physics not working in play for that 2. Can he get it fired up and moving here? See what happened to Landon as he allowed everybody to go by to get before he got that 2 rolling. Everybody's starting to kind of trying to finish things out. I got people coming down on the pits. A lot of people staying out front. Brian Underwood, Kenneth Cheney, Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, William Conley, Dylan Carrier, Jordan Kreider, Bryant Lucas, and Danny White all staying out. So top 9 staying out. Then back to Matthew Wood, Jeffrey Goodpasture, Nathan Williams, Noah Blackwell, Farrell Robbins, Steven Chu, Timothy Poe on the lead lap. That's your top 16. And then you have back there Landon Burbridge, P number 17, and 18th is Jeffrey Ledford as he has parked it, put it on the hauler, and hung it up for the night back 110 laps ago. So back there on lap 76. But all drivers doing a fantastic job. You know, hats off to you, gentlemen. I mean, short track racing is not easy.
No, I'm glad I'm not out here. It's just hard. It's just hard racing, good, hard, clean for the most part. I mean, stuff happens, and nothing that is intentional, like getting loose off the corner, coming down like you seen Noah did. But I mean, it happens, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. You know,
right?
I understand it happens. It still doesn't mean I have to like it and accept it. But it happens. But I mean, it's kind of. I mean, if it goes green, the new tires should be able to make some ground up if it stays green. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but at the same time, it's a gamble. So, and especially starting single file, I think it's for top 5 and up. I think it's a good call, because anything after that, it's just going to be a little bit harder for those guys to get it around. So I believe the top 9 stayed out. So Matthew Wood's going to have a lot of trucks to pass, and hopefully it stays green for him. But I feel like Brian Underwood made the right call, and so did the 76 and the 20 and the 5 and the 25. So as the pace truck comes down, Brian Underwood hits the loud pedal, and he gets a nice big jump over Kenneth Cheney, and going in turn 1, you can see Josh Kreider trying to deep jump down low on Jordan Hand. Yeah, it's going to be good, hard racing till the end, Jimmy. So you can see there's already starting to looks 3 wide, 2 wide in the back, trying to come up and make some passes.
Yeah, some of the drivers in the back trying to do what they need to do. Looking at Jordan Kreider and the 88 of Noah Blackwell needing the good finishes here tonight. The only mere points separating those 2 drivers, and they're battling against each other. But right now Noah Blackwell in that 88 getting the slight advantage as the 69 starts to fall back just a little bit. But back up front, Brian Underwood is in the lead. Oh, and the 16 of Wood goes around. We're going to bring out a caution here at lap 192.
Yeah, he looked like he was going on the bottom. Yeah, he's on the bottom of William Conley. And he's going to drive it down maybe a little too deep and then floats up and nothing William Conley could do as the 2 truck comes around trying to avoid everything.
Yeah, so 2 Atlanta Berber's just kind of checking up and locking up the brakes, sending them sideways. But yeah, he just unfortunate there for Matthew Wood as he was getting a decent run here late. I'm sure just went in for fresh fuel and tires. So Brian Underwood is liking this as the laps continue to count down. Kenneth Cheney there in P number 2, Jordan Hands in 3rd, Josh Kreider sitting there in 4th place at the moment, along with then William Conley, Dylan Carrier, Farrell Robbins, Noah Blackwell, Nathan Williams, and Jeffrey Goodpasture there for your top 10. So got a few more pace laps here at the end of the race, and we'll see where these drivers can finish for the evening. And it's really coming down, and it's going to be very spicy, I think, these next couple laps. They do have, I think, 2 green-white checkers, so we'll see if they need to utilize those here tonight. So,
I mean,
let's go. Let's finish this thing up, boys.
I think he did. I mean, if you looked at it, Matthew Wood made it up to, he was battling for 5th. So it's a couple laps. So that should tell you how much these tires matter. I mean, how much worn the tires are when he started roughly around 10th spot. So in just a couple laps, he made it up all the way up to 5th.
It was 16. Matthew Wood currently still in the pits, 3 laps down, back in 16th spot. So his night is pretty much over. If he came back out, he'd be fighting with Landon Burbridge possibly for that 16th or 17th spot. So, maybe not the finish that Matthew Wood wanted this week, as he was able to walk away last week as the winner. So right now, Brian Underwood looking to take tonight away here on lap 195. Lights are off on the page. No, they're not. I'm lying. I thought I didn't see any lights, but the lights are on the page truck. I think they go off this time by.
One too many Appletinis, Jimmy. One too many.
Maybe I need 1 or 2 more.
Well, we're not driving, so it doesn't matter.
Right? I can have a couple. This is a good time, though. These guys are having a great race, and I'm glad I was able to make it here tonight and watch these guys continue to finish up their season. But Brian Underwood wants the win here tonight. With the 76 of Kenneth Cheney, really trying to come away, especially after all the adversity that he has had to overcome here at the end. But Brian Underwood on the loud pedal, the 76 is right on that back bumper. He's got to put the pressure, push the 77 up high. The 20 is going to come down, and they take advantage of both them, kind of battling it out. And you can see the 76 working his way into P number 2. Oh, and the 25 and the 5 get together. Gotta bring out another caution here on lap 198. Jordan Hand is currently in the lead over Kenneth Cheney.
It's going to be real interesting to see where iRacing sits.
Look back here. What happened? It looks like the 20 or the 5 just kind of got in this, checked up for the 77 just a little bit. 25 tagged the 5 because he had nowhere to go. The 4 pushes the 25 into the 5. Everybody scoots high. Does Jeffrey Goodpasture have enough to get around? Oh, just tags the 13, maybe just a little bit. The 25 and the 4 get into each other there, but it looks like everybody kind of skates their way by. Josh Kreider not being able to finish that up. He looked like he maybe escaped the most of it, but wrapped up here in the end is not what the drivers want, but it happens with this short track racing, as we are going to have our first green-white checker here of the evening, as we have now passed lap 200, and we will do a green-white checker. So we get a couple of them. So can these drivers finish this thing out in the first go round? Will they need to or follow up with a second one? But right now on top is Jordan Hand, Kenneth Cheney, Brian Underwood, Noah Blackwell, Farrell Robbins, Dylan Carrier, Nathan Williams, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Stephen Shoes, Timothy Poe. For your top 10, then back there in 11th is Jordan Kreider, Danny White, Bryant Lucas, Josh Kreider, William Connolly, Landon Burbage, Matthew Wood, and Jeffrey Ledford for your 18 truck field here tonight at North Wilkesboro. But Derek, I mean, these drivers just continue to battle pretty much from the drop of the green flag to now when they're trying to get the checkered, like it was the last lap, every lap.
Yeah, and I know it's short track racing. Me personally, I think he did the bump and run a little too late or too early. But that's my opinion. But you know, I think Brian Underwood's just as his face is just as red as that front of his truck right now, and let's just see how he's going to handle it. And I mean, he's still in third spot, so he didn't lose too much. It pretty much gave Jordan Hand the a good the lead, and he's sitting in the catbird seat right now. Now you can say, just like on the plate tracks, maybe first ain't the place to be on the restart. So we'll see as if the pace truck comes in. It does. And Jordan Hand's going to step on that loud pedal, and Kenneth Cheney's going to come in real close on him. And they're going to drive it into turn one. Brian Underwood jumps underneath Kenneth Cheney. It's going to allow, oh, they get touched. They touch. Oh, then they're going to stack up. Oh, it's going to go. That's, oh, buddy. There's the big one.
There's a little bigger field as a few vehicles were involved as the green flag flew, and like I said, the tensions were high, and the drivers are trying to get the best finish here possible. We will go back and do a quick replay here, and I see Josh Kreider was involved, and he was towards the back. Oh, there it comes. I'll go back there. Up front here with the 77 to 76 touch. That slows him up. The 88 has nowhere to go. Gets into a few cars. The 69 gets involved. The 6 and a few contenders looking to make that top 10. Jordan Kreider and Noah Blackwell getting involved here late in the race with not much time left. You see the 88 smoking. So is that the end for Noah Blackwell, as he was having a fantastic run where you can see he makes it down into pit lane? Hopefully he has that fast repair in order to possibly get at least a little bit of a run, or maybe enough points to make it to the next round. But right now, Jordan Hand's out front over Brian Underwood, Nathan Williams, Farrell Robbins, Stephen Shue, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Dylan Carrier's up there as well, Timothy Poe, Kenneth Cheney. So, but Jeffrey Goodpasser and Kenneth Cheney currently in the pits. So some drivers coming down to take some repairs at the last moment. And the 20 of Jordan Hand hold it off and win here tonight, as we are on our second green-white checker, as these drivers are battling for the final positions of the playoffs. And you can tell, Derek, that these drivers are definitely competitive, and they want to win. They want to get the most points, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get there. So, and I'm sure if anything's done the wrong way, the admins will have their hands filled to make the corrections and do the right thing, as they have been doing all season long. But right now, it's Jordan Hand out front here on lap 207, as we're a couple laps in overtime now.
Yeah, I don't know. It came close to hitting that white flag and no more cautions. So it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to be able to make it on this. I believe this is the second. We got one more green-white checkered, and after that, it's done and over. So hopefully Jordan Hand can hold off Brian Underwood, but I'm going to suspect he's going to be coming super fast, like Jackson Storm on Lightning McQueen. And then you got Nathan Williams, and I think after the night Farrell Robbins have had, I think he's going to be happy with at least the top 5, and so is Stephen Shue, because they've had quite an eventful night as the pace truck comes down, and Jordan Hand's going to step on the loud pedal. Brian Underwood's on his bumper. Farrell Robbins says, you know what, I'm not happy with P4. I'm going to go try for P3. As you can see, Brian Underwood underneath Jordan Hand for first place. As Farrell Robbins is under Nathan Williams, they're going to come out of 4 and take the white flag. It's going to be a close one here, Jimmy.
Definitely going to be a close one as Jordan Hand has got that outside, pinching the 77 down to the inside. These two drivers are doing a fantastic job of giving each other room while racing it, but it looks like the 77 thinks a little bit of it, knows that he needs a good finish here tonight. The championship is at goal. He comes away with the second place. So Jordan Hand comes away the winner here tonight over Brian Underwood. Farrell Robbins and comes away with a P and number 3 over Stephen Shue in 4th, Nathan Williams in 5th, William Conley in 6th. Jordan Kreider walks away with a P number 7, so 69, maybe got enough spots to maintain his spot. And as we will find out definitely maybe when the points get completed here. Let's see, you got Brian Lucas in 9th, Danny White's in 10th, Josh Kreider in 11th, Timothy Poe in 12th, Jeffrey Goodpasser in 13th, Kenneth Cheney in 14th, Landon Burbage in 15th, Noah Blackwell finishing in 16th place, Matthew Wood in 17th, 18th, Jeffrey Ledford. So crazy night here all night as the drivers continue to battle for that championship. We will get word, maybe not tonight, but we'll definitely follow up first thing on the broadcast when we start next week. I'll let you know who your top 8 are. You can always venture over to the Premium Stock Car Racing League's Discord as well and look up their channel, follow them guys over there, and look up their standings as well. But we're going to go ahead and wait just a few minutes here for the drivers to go ahead and make their way down to the booth so we can get a talk on with a few of these drivers that have found their way up to the podium here tonight.
Yeah, I think Farrell Robbins was wanting to make a broadcast appearance because I have not had the pleasure of speaking with him yet in my short tenure with you, Jimmy, but that will change tonight, hopefully. Brian Underwood and Jordan Hand. It's going to be interesting to talk to Brian. I mean, I think he's going to be a little disappointed with how it played out. But, I mean, Jordan Hand is going to be super excited because he won the race. But it's going to be interesting to see how everything played out from if there's any penalties or anything from the admins later in the week, see who all made the playoffs next week, got to move around, Jordan, and then check off our race within the race with the brackets. Brian Underwood both beat William Conley since he finished second. Nathan Williams and Noah Blackwell, see who Nathan Williams.
And it looks like our drivers have made their way down to the interview room. We'll go ahead and bring them down here. We'll start first with our third place finisher, Farrell Robbins, and that number 4. And Farrell Robbins, this is Jimmy and Derek in the booth. You copy, buddy?
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Good to see you up here in the booth. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's your first visit up here.
It is. A bit nervous, but
no reason to be nervous. We're all friends here. But hey, one heck of a race. You found yourself sure in a position of many incidents here tonight. Your truck, I know it says dumpster on it, but I don't think you were trying to put it in the dumpster. But you might need to take it there after this race, as it's pretty beat up.
Yeah, put it in the dumpster, right?
But hey, you walked away tonight with a P3. Give us a little bit of rundown of your race and kind of like, how it was out there. I mean, you guys are in this championship thing. I know you guys got another side bracket on the side if you're not in the championship battle, but like you guys were like, it's from like the start of the race. It seemed like everybody like thought it was the last lap of the race, even at lap 1 of 200.
Well, I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Just never quit. And I was able to keep one set of tires left in the pits, went and got them, and just started working my way up. And with a accident here and there, I took third, guys.
Hey, congratulations! I mean, because it's definitely a field full of competitive people here, and to find yourself in a position like this here tonight, maybe a little late in the season, but this could be the start of a run that could, fold out to next season.
No, I'm looking towards next season. Josh and Brian helped me out a lot, and my team, Lightyear. So, and I'm supposed to give a shout out to Tanner, Mike, and Federico. So, but I'm looking forward to next year, guys. Hopefully I can talk to you again.
I definitely appreciate you coming up here, and again, congratulations from us and everybody else. And I was glad to see you at least up here in the booth this season, and look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's the number. It's the third place finisher of Robbins in the number of 4, able to come away with a finish. And I can't grab
I got him.
There you go. And that was go ahead and bring in Brian Underwood and Brian, Jimmy, and Derek up in the booth. You got me, buddy.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, go ahead, Derek. Take this one away.
All right, Brian. What a race! What a race! It was action packed. Tell us how you feel about the last set of cautions there. A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, frustrating. Definitely for that one caution came out when we were on that long run there. Felt like Cheney wasn't going to even get near me. I was able to keep the gap. Thought I had it easily won. And then, that caution came back out, and Cheney races like Cheney, and he just shoved me all the way through turn 1. And just, cautions didn't play in my favor tonight. But it was definitely a blast. I mean, Jordan deserved that run there. He held me off pretty good. Raced me clean. I appreciate it. And but yeah, just second place is good, but first place is definitely sweeter.
Yeah, well, you definitely got a good finish tonight. I know it's more you wanted to win, but you need the points to continue on into your deeper towards that championship, which leads me into the next question: is next week's Watkins Glen. How do you feel about that, buddy?
Well, I'll say I got some practice to do because I'm not your normal road racer, but with the bonus points I earned during the regular season, I'll be fine for the first 2 rounds. So it's just I was trying to get an extra 3 bonus points because you never know. Watkins Glen could be my downfall, and then you got to go into super speedway and pray you don't have a terrible showing there. So just hopefully I can run mid-pack at Watkins Glen, and then Talladega or Daytona, whichever it is, can just kind of run around, have fun.
So Jimmy doesn't like short tracks. He could never really get a grasp of them. But he's a road guy. So what you're saying is you're the opposite. You like the short tracks and hate the road courses. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I definitely don't have enough repetition on road courses. That's probably the biggest problem. Definitely gotten better over the years, but still, yeah, I'm way better short track racer than road course.
Okay, well, congratulations on your third place finish. Is there anyone you want? Sorry, I am so sorry. Second place finish. For the second week in a row, by the way. I'm pretty sure you finished second last week to Matthew Wood. So Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to, or a special thanks, or hello?
Yeah, I just gotta thank all the drivers show up, and gotta thank you guys putting on the show. And I know the IRC team's gonna be busy reviewing all these incidents tonight, so there's, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And we gotta shout out Farrell, 3rd place finish. I think that's his highest finish in the 2 seasons of PSCRL, so that's good to see. He's kind of like the league favorite, it seems like. And all our sponsors that go along, can't do it without them.
All right. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. Get ready for next week, and we'll see you next week, Brian.
All right, I'll see y'all.
That was the 2nd place finisher of Brian Underwood coming in here. P number 2 at North Wilkesboro, but we're going to finish this thing up with Jordan Hand coming in with P number 1. It's Jimmy and Derek up in the booth. You copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good to see you and hear you again, and making your way to a 1st place finish here in North Wilkesboro. So, how was it out there tonight as the end of the race seemed very challenging?
I mean, it was insane. I ain't gonna lie, but it was a blast. I mean, there was a lot of too many cautions, of course, but I mean, when we did get somewhat of a green flag runs there, it was a blast. Being able to save tires and see who was good and who wasn't. But it was definitely do or die out there tonight. I felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel I can almost feel the playoff tension rising, through tonight. Obviously the cutoff. 2 drivers are basically going to get put on the back burner and basically say, you're not done for the season, but your playoff championships are in the hole now. But hey, coming up next week, you guys are coming up. Your next round is going to be a road course and then a super speedway. How are you feeling on the next round of playoffs?
It's a crapshoot. I mean, welcome to Glen. I'm not a road course guy, so hopefully I just get a top 10, get out there, be all right, and get stage points. But Daytona's Daytona. It is what it is. Luck. Hopefully get out of there live. Just try to get as many points as we can. Try to get a win. That'd be great, of course. But I feel like on that one, those 2 races, it's going to be a survive mentality and just get all the points that you can. Especially Daytona.
It's definitely going to put a little bit of pressure on you playoff drivers, that's for sure. And it's going to be interesting to see how you all decide to run your races. I know a lot of you are teamed up in your teams, and it's real fun to watch to see you guys battle out. But anyways, from us here up in the booth, again, it was a lot of fun watching tonight, and hopefully you can go back and watch some of the stuff here that we covered, and it was a pretty good time. Even with the cautions. So, but from us, we want to say congratulations on the win here tonight. Look forward to seeing you again, but we'll give you a little bit of time for any shout outs or thanks that you may have.
Yeah, I want to shout out for one, my wife. She cracks me up every morning we wake up on Sundays. She asks me how'd the race go, so I can finally say I won the damn thing, so I'm excited for that. But the other thing I would say, I want to shout out Bryce. He's no longer with us here at this PSCRL. He had to step away. He wanted to go to the short track races on Saturday night, so he decided to step away, unfortunately. So Firestorm Racing is not a thing anymore. So tonight I was racing some new paint for Carrier Motorsports. I'm not on the team yet. I'll be on there next year, but we want to go ahead and bring out the paint scheme, just try something new, because I've had the worst luck these probably past 5 races. It has been unreal. So it felt good to finally get a win and a good finish, and I'm thankful for that. But do want to shout out Josh and Brian for running a great league. I know a lot of people are upset tonight, but hopefully people understand it is short track racing. And other than that, I look forward to the rest of the playoffs, and I just appreciate you guys too for covering us. You guys do a great job, so I look forward to go back and watching it.
I appreciate the shout outs, and again, congratulations, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Hey, I appreciate it, bro.
Yep. So that is your winner here tonight, Jordan Hayden, coming away the winner here at North Wilkesboro. But before we're going to go ahead and give a rundown of the rest of the field here and what the results were officially, we'll go down and show the race results here as Jordan Hand walks away the winner. And as you heard at the Firestorm Racing taking a step back to do other things. And, you used to see some of those drivers be spread out, some of the other teams, and Jordan Hand's definitely one to be picked up that he's been proven to win, obviously. So Brian Underwood is going to come in second, Farrell Robbins in third, Steven Shu in that 85, Unicorn Machine finishing in fourth, Nathan Williams in fifth, William Conley in sixth, Jordan Kreider in that seventh. So hopefully that was enough to secure Jordan's next round of playoffs. Dylan Carrier in eighth, Bryant Lucas in ninth, Danny White in 10th, Jordan Kreider in 11th, Jeffrey Goodpasture in 12th, Timothy Poe in 13th, 14th, Kenneth Cheney, 15th, Landon Burbage, 16th, Noah Blackwell, 17th, Matthew Wood, and 18th, Jeffrey Ledford. So 18 truck field here tonight. Plenty of action, plenty of cautions. I'm sure the drivers will argue about back and forth. But remember, guys, it is fun. Let's get out here. You guys are competitive. We've seen some great racing, and just all kind of coming out. Got plenty of racing left in the season. Make sure you stay tuned here at CRN. But before we get out of here, we'll get Derek have any final words for the evening.
It was a great race. I had fun, Jimmy.
Sweet. Did I lose him?
I hope you ignore me again. I was messing with where how my mic sits and I tap it with my shoulder. So
it's like, where'd he go? It was fun. Race was great. That was it. Like, just cut off. No, but it's always fun hanging out here with anybody that's in the booth, whether it's Derek Sherman, John Noblinger, you got Carl Hanwork out there, Mark Thomas, Dylan McDonald, and also Brandon. Anybody that broadcasts with CRN, everybody does a great job up here in the booth. So I'm glad that PSCRL had a great race tonight. Again, congratulations to Jordan Hand. But until next week, I think we're going to move on